Hello, darlings. You are welcome to Z-Star Africa, your home of sizzling drama updates. This week on Anupama is packed with shocking truths, painful betrayals, and emotional twists that will leave you speechless. From Anupama exposing the Kothari's darkest lies to Kinjal's secret leading to her arrest, the drama only gets deeper as the families turns against Anupama. And just when you think you've seen it all, Raghav makes a heartbreaking decision for Anupama's sake. Please like and turn on your notifications so you never miss your favorites. Now let's dive in. October 6th, 7th, and 8th quick recap. The episodes start with Anupama checking Raghav's trunk and discovering that Pankuri is alive. She realizes Raghav was innocent and was sent to jail falsely by Parag and Vasundhara. Shocked, she decides to confront them. Meanwhile, Anch and Parthana talk secretly, but Gautam threatens them and warns Anch to stay away. Rahi argues with Gautam and says she will support Anch. Anupama shares the truth with Anch, and they feel bad for Raghav. But Anch warns her not to interfere, or Rahi might get hurt. At home, the Shahs cheer up Ishani and encourage her to quit drugs and start fresh. Ishani promises to change and help others. Later, Raghav tells Anupama he wants revenge on Parag, Vasundhara, Anil, and Pankuri and asks for her support. Anupama is shocked but listens. The Kotharis celebrate reuniting as a family and share a group hug. But Anupama arrives and says their family is not complete, leaving everyone stunned. Anupama shocks the Kotharis by showing them proof about Pankuri. Parag claims that Raghav killed Pankuri and says she left a suicide note blaming him. But Anupama reveals that Pankuri is still alive, meaning Raghav is innocent. The family is stunned, but Vasundhara and Parag act surprised and try to manipulate Rahi against Anupama. Rahi sides with her family and tells Anupama to stop supporting Raghav. Anupama reminds her how she was once wrongly accused too, but Rahi refuses to listen. At the Shah house, Hasmukh supports Anupama, while others blame her for causing trouble again. Vasundhara pretends to want to meet Pankuri, but later says she never wants to see her. Rahi continues to defend her family and turns against Anupama. Meanwhile, Kinjal is shocked to learn that Peri needs a huge amount of money for her course. Anupama, heartbroken by Rahi's harsh words, thanks God for giving her strength to keep fighting. While Rahi blames Anupama for causing problems and sides with Parag and Vasundhara, Prem chooses to support Anupama. Anil meets Anupama and confesses that he and Vasundhara helped Pankuri fake her death and frame Raghav. He begs Anupama to convince Raghav to drop the case, but warns that Rahi could be in danger if she doesn't. Anupama is torn between protecting Rahi and standing up for Raghav. Hasmukh advises her to convince Raghav to move on, reminding her that she might lose Rahi if she continues fighting. Meanwhile, Vasundhara panics that Parag will discover the truth, and Parag decides to meet Pankuri with Kyati. Gautam fears the truth about him might come out too. Meeta starts doubting if Raghav was truly framed, and Anil thinks about confessing everything. Later, Rahi angrily confronts Raghav and tells him to stay away from her family and Anupama. October 9th, 2025. Raghav tells Anupama he is not upset with Rahi and only feels bad that they are fighting. Anupama says she trusts him but asks what difference reopening the case will make, which shocks Raghav. Meanwhile, Aryan blames Anupama for ruining their happiness and asks Mahi to meet him. Mahi agrees and wishes he had invited her home to see Prem. Anupama tries to convince Raghav to drop the case, saying it only hurts his mother, but Raghav refuses and insists on reopening it. He asks if she will support him or not, leaving her speechless. Mahi prepares to meet Aryan and dreams of marrying him to stay close to Prem. Peri confronts her, and Mahi tries to plant doubts about where Kinjal's money comes from, making Kinjal nervous. Kinjal bumps into Anupama and hides her stress, but she secretly fears being caught for stealing money. Aryan and Mahi hide together in a trial room when Kyati appears, and Kyati notices them and signals them to leave. Rahi asks Vasundhara if she is angry, and Vasundhara says she is upset with Anupama. She manipulates Rahi against her, and is happy when Rahi refuses to work with Prem at Anuki Rasoy. Vasundhara tells Gautam to stop Raghav's case and keep the secret that Raghav is innocent and Pankuri is alive. Prem helps Anupama in the kitchen, and she is shocked to hear Rahi refuse to help. Perry and Anch try to cheer Ishani, and she asks for their support. At the end, Anupama and the Shah family pray together. Just then, Gautam shocks everyone by revealing the truth about Kanjal. October 10th, 2025. The episode begins with Anupama asking Gautam what Kanjal has done. Paritosh, Perry, and Leela demand the truth, and Gautam shows them CCTV footage of Kanjal stealing from the office. Everyone is shocked. Gautam says Kanjal didn't know there was a camera and was caught red-handed. He adds that she was trusted with responsibility, but betrayed it. Paki questions why Kanjal chose to steal instead of asking Rocky for help, and Paritosh also confronts her. The Shah family learns that Kanjal committed the theft for Perry. Mahi says Perry had told her Kanjal was doing something wrong, but Anupama warns Mahi. Hasmukh and Leela are disappointed and ask Kanjal how she could do such a thing. Kanjal says it was the first time Perry made a demand. Perry questions her mother, asking why she chose the wrong path when she never insisted on studying in Canada. Anch, Ishani, and Perry all accuse Kanjal of wrongdoing. Gautam calls the police to arrest Kanjal. Paritosh pleads with him to spare her. Gautam asks Anupama to convince Raghav to withdraw the case, and Paritosh insists Anupama will help. Hasmukh and Leela support Kanjal, and Gautam continues to press Anupama for assurance. Paritosh again begs her to give it. Anupama refuses Gautam's condition and says she has no right to interfere with Raghav's decision. She adds that Kanjal might be arrested because she failed to choose between right and wrong. Anupama questions why Vasundhara and Parag are so afraid if they have done nothing wrong. She repeats that she cannot influence Raghav's decision. Gautam then instructs the police to arrest Kanjal. Kanjal tells Anupama she stole for Perry. Anupama asks her to imagine what would happen if every poor mother started stealing. Kanjal says she only thought about Perry's future, but Anupama asks why she didn't seek help for the admission. Paritosh pleads for more time, but Anupama says Raghav is innocent while Kanjal is guilty and must face the consequences. Gautam says Anupama will never understand and orders the police to proceed with the arrest. The society criticizes Kanjal and the Shah family. Paritosh blames Anupama for not saving Kanjal, while Paki and Paritosh call her selfish and accuse her of only thinking about herself. Leela says Anupama has taken a stand against her own family, and Paki adds that she didn't even think about Perry. Anupama is left shocked and hurt. Elsewhere, Aryan dreams about Mahi, and Mahi asks if the jacket suits him. Khyati advises Aryan not to hide his feelings if he likes Mahi. Hasmukh tells Anupama to prepare herself for the challenges ahead. The Kotharis talk about Kanjal's situation. Prem supports Anupama, while Rahi apologizes to the Kotharis on behalf of her and Kanjal. Gautam tells Vasundhara, Parag, and Anil that Anupama refused to convince Raghav, even though she had the chance to save Kanjal. Anil is shocked after hearing this. Perry blames herself for Kanjal's arrest, and Paritosh tries to comfort Anupama. Anupama asks Perry to calm down, and Perry cries, feeling guilty for demanding money. Anupama consoles and pacifies her. October 11th, 2025. Anupama comforts Perry and tells her not to blame herself, explaining that children have the right to make demands from their parents, and that sometimes parents go too far trying to fulfill those demands. She says Kanjal made a mistake in trying to do that and assures Perry that a talented student can succeed anywhere. Anupama talks about how middle-class parents often take huge loans to send their children abroad, and Kanjal might have done the same. She decides to arrange bail for Kanjal, but Perry worries that Kanjal might end up like Raghav and stay in jail forever. Anupama calms her and tells her to sleep. Anch later tells Anupama she should have accepted Gautam's condition, leaving her shocked. Meanwhile, Rahi tells Prem that if Paritosh had supported Kanjal, she wouldn't have taken such a step. She is scared, but Prem promises they will get Kanjal out on bail. Rahi feels ashamed because of the Shahs, but Prem reminds her that problems exist in the Kothari house too. Prem decides to help Partosh financially, and Rahi offers her savings as well. Partosh confronts Raghav, accusing him of manipulating Anupama and causing their problems. He warns Raghav to back off or never see Anupama again. Ansh tries to convince Raghav to withdraw the case, saying he can't fight the Kotharis, leaving Raghav shocked. Peri breaks down and tells the Shahs about her humiliation. Paki accuses Anupama of fake sympathy. Rahi and Prem support Peri, and Leela blames Anupama for Kinjal's situation. Elsewhere, Parthana questions Gautam for troubling the Shahs and sending Kinjal to jail. Gautam mocks her and asks if she's worried because of Ansh. Parthana is disgusted, but Gautam says he's too cruel to spare the Shahs. Rahi confronts Anupama for not saving Kinjal. Anupama asks her to think about why the Kotharis are desperate to get the case withdrawn. Rahi calls her heartless and gives Partosh financial help, telling him to bring Kinjal home. She warns Anupama to think carefully before she loses her family. Anupama is heartbroken. She talks to Anuj, wondering how many more times she and Rahi will be separated. She says she's tired and asks what he would have done in Raghav's place. She insists she's not wrong to stand for justice, and says she can't ask Raghav to withdraw the case after encouraging him to file it. Anupama knows Kinjal was wrong but feels hurt that the children blame her. She fears being alone and begs Anuj to return. She says she tried to convince Raghav to withdraw the case, but he refused. Just then, Ansh tells Anupama that Raghav has decided to withdraw the case, leaving her shocked. October 12th, 2025. Raghav tells Anupama he's withdrawing from the case because he doesn't want to keep fighting in court. He asks her for one last favor, to help him find a job. Touched by his sacrifice, Anupama hires him at Anuki Soy. Aryan tries to stop his friends from using drugs, but they convince him to join them one last time. Meanwhile, Kinjal returns home and suffers a panic attack when she hears a siren. Anupama comforts her. Vasundhara is furious that Raghav and Gautam have withdrawn their cases. She demands her money back and accuses Anupama of taking money from Prem and Rahi, but they defend her. Kinjal opens up about her trauma in jail and even thinks about ending her life, but Anupama encourages her to stay strong and move forward. Later, Kinjal learns she's lost her job, but Anupama and the Shahs support her, hoping this is the start of a new chapter. That's a wrap for this week. See you in the next. Much love.